What's up, Dragon Brood? Today, well, actually, before I tell you about what we're going to do today, I need to tell you about another project I have going on. Because recently, I loaded a video that you may have seen. I'll see if I can remember to put the link here. But it was me doing a 1.5 year later update on a review I did for the Acorns investment app. Just to show people that, like, hey, if you don't have money, here's a way you can save some money and really help some viewers out. Well, when I did that, it led to a bunch of people unsubscribing from the channel. And that sort of led to the next thing, that I had already been thinking about starting another channel anyway for stuff specifically like that. Because a lot of you that come to my stream seem to like those types of conversations, and some of you even like those types of videos. Well, I now have PowrDragn reviews and reacts. That's where you're going to be able to find stuff like that, or me reacting to other things, or maybe even candy that y'all send me and I just try it on camera and just be a knucklehead because I can. But I need some help. I need y'all to go over there, subscribe to the channel. That way I can get to 100 subscribers, secure the name, and then hopefully maybe get to 1,000 subscribers and I can start monetizing that channel as well. I'll have the link down below for that. Now, for today's video, we are going to talk about Mono Black Aggro. And the reason this comes up is there's been a bunch of variations of this deck here lately over the last week or so that I've seen, and I decided I wanted to make a version of it and have a go at it. So we're going to see if it's any good on the ladder. I'm assuming it is because other people are playing it, but we're going to find out. Alright, so from the top we have Eaten Alive as our removal of choice. We have a bunch of cheap creatures, so we don't really mind having this. And it does let us remove planeswalkers as well, but the biggest thing is it does exile, it doesn't just kill, so we're actually pretty big on that. I'm going to try a couple of copies of Ecstatic Awakener. Again, because we have some cheap things, you know, maybe you can sacrifice a Shambling Gas and get some extra value, maybe you can sacrifice an Eye Twitch and go search for something. So there's some spots where this could be good, but turning it into a 4/4 early seems pretty nice. Then of course we have the aforementioned Eye Twitch, and of course Shambling Gas. And because we're playing those, we're playing Deadly Dispute. You can't really get around doing that. It's just too good to not play. Then we have 2 Infernal Grasps. This way we have some extra removal there at instant speed, which is nice. I'm going to try out 2 Jadar, partly because it can give us sacrificial fodder for things like Eaten Alive or Deadly Dispute if we so choose. If not, it's just making us a dude every turn, and that's fine too. Skyclave Shade, mostly because it's a 3-power attacker, but with some of the decks wanting to play more sweepers lately, whether that be like Cinderclasms or Battle of Frost and Fire or whatever, like this gives you a way to just keep having fuel and get a bigger creature in the process. We're also going to play some Graveyard Trespasser. The reason I'm going with this card is that there's a lot of flashback cards in the Izzet list, and well, actually I would say almost any of the control list are the ones you're seeing a lot of flashback cards in. So just being able to attack and get rid of a like Memory Deluge, or you know, the one that copies a spell or anything, right? Just slowing those down really could do a lot for you. In other creature matchups, maybe it doesn't do so much. It's just a 3/3 body. If you're lucky, you get to put it on the backside and make a 4/4. But the incidental life gain could be important as well. Then we're playing Sedgemoor Witch. We don't have a ton of spells, but we do have a fair amount, because you do have like Eaten Alive, you've got Deadly Dispute, Infernal Grasp. So there's a few things here, but don't forget the Sedgemoor Witch also has Menace, and that's nothing to turn your nose up at. And when you're in the creature fights, just being able to make 1/1s that you can block with sometimes are all you're going to need just to buy yourself a couple of turns. Then of course we have Lolth, Spider Queen, and 1 Blood on the Snow to go with our 2 Meathook Massacre. And Meathook could kind of be a weird backdoor win sometimes, because if you have 3 or 4 pest tokens, you can go ahead and play this and then just hit your opponent for some life. So kind of funny how that works out. Lands are pretty simple. We're going with 3 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 15 Snow-Covered Swamps, 4 Faceless Haven, and 1 Field of Ruin. So mana shouldn't be an issue in this deck at all, and everything seems fairly cheap, you know, for the most part. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm kind of interested in this one. But as always, we'll play the games, and then we'll talk about what we would change, and we'll have a card spotlight for you at the end of the video. Okay, yeah, I guess we keep this. There's not much else we can do with this. Probably just start with the Shambling Gas, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be Eye Twitch. I have no idea. Now, we're playing against this deck. It probably doesn't matter much either way, because we're going to have to go ahead and kill the small leg. Alright. Sadly, opponent's going to get to bounce all our things and get silly max value from their fading hopes. I'm not sure if that card's going to be important or not later. But let's attack. Alright, let's go ahead and put this down. Let's play one Eye Twitch. Do I want to commit to the other Eye Twitch? Kind of wondering if they have a damage thing that would exile stuff. That would make us a lot less happy, so I don't necessarily want to put both Eye Twitches out there if that's the case. Don't know that they do, but yeah, they could. Okay, I guess we're attacking. Gonna bounce something? Probably the Eye Twitch if you're gonna bounce anything. Alright, I'm just gonna end the turn. I'm gonna assume they have Battle of Frost and Fire or some such, potentially. I've been seeing that in a lot of these lists. Nope, it is just a Goldspan Dragon. I say just. Probably have a negate, but meh, what can we do about it? Oh, they don't have a negate. Look at that. Look at that. Well, do we attack with the land? Huh. Alright, I'm at least going to play that. I mean, I guess I might as well play the kicker. Why not? They already proved they don't have counters at this point. Because even if they'd have had a Jawari's Disruption, they would have played it last turn. Here they have 6 mana. They could play a land and Epiphany, which would suck for our little 1/1s, but that's fine. Not much we can do about it one way or the other. They actually don't have it. Wow. Alright, I'm assuming they're going to bounce our Skyclave Shade here, right? Man, because what else are you doing? Like, something's got to go. I was going to say, you got to do something to the Shade, right? We're not just going to let that fly. Yeah, Shade just dies. I guess I could have played this first and then got some extra value sacrificing the Shade. Alright. And they take 3. Or, nope, maybe they don't yet. They have more to do. I'm going to divide by 0. Now I really wish I'd been able to do that. That's super unfortunate. Okay. They went and got that, but didn't go get... Are they really just a mana short? 1, 2, 3... No, they have 7, so why did they go get that? I guess just for the life gain? I'm a little puzzled, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't fully know what's going on here. I mean, now they play the sweeper, I guess? You baited me. You got me. Like, if you're gonna play it, now's the time, I guess. Alright, iteration. I'll let you go find something, so it's 3 cards deeper if you do have a sweeper. Ah, look at that. That rhymes. Man, if I mean, I guess it's good I didn't attack with my lands because they did have a Dragon's Fire. But part of me feels like, if I would have known, I could have been attacking with these creature lands all this time. They've been playing very slow with 3 extra cards there, so I'm kind of curious. I'm wondering if they're just saving up to copy and counter as their game plan, which might be the case. All right, opponent, what you doing? You're gonna go search for a land. All right. Who knows? Maybe it's just more divide by zeros or something. Do we want to sacrifice a thing? We can get them to spend their mana now. So let's sack this. Would you like to kill our Ecstatic Awakener? And they said no, they wouldn't. I wasn't expecting that, honestly. So now what do we do? Just put counters on the thing? I mean, because we're still 2 mana away from doing this. Unless our creatures die, of course. I mean, I guess we take it and try. I mean, this speeds up the clock a little bit, though. Alright. Okay. Now what? Play a land, get our duder back from the yard. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can pay 3. Nope, but then we wouldn't be able to attack with that. Just gonna be short no matter which way we do this. Alright, that being the case then, let's try this. Does this resolve? Okay. I mean, and I don't mind this because if they do have the Epiphany and they don't get rid of the eye twitch, exactly what I was thinking was going to happen, then we do get the option to have a multiple turn blocker. Unless, of course, they find more removal. Then it just is what it is, you know? Put this in tapped. We won't play that. We'll replay this. And I guess we'll play this. Because nothing else, if they all die, we at least get treasure and I can attack for 4. Can't quite attack for 7. Wouldn't have enough land for that. Alright, it's on you, opponent. Memory Deluge, alright. So they're not going to be able to activate their land here. I did find 2 cards that they might really love. Ooh, this creates some interesting situations. Okay, the opponent's dead anyway after all that. Alright, we are definitely keeping this one. Don't know if we're going to be nearly fast enough, but you know what? We're sure as hell going to try. Interesting thing is we could block a Delver. Well, it didn't flip, so now we can definitely block a Delver. I can say, if you attack, I will definitely block. This is kind of interesting. I feel like I should at least attempt to kill one of these. But then I'm not doing anything else for the turn, so I guess I'm willing to wait through next turn. No attacks. We're likely going to have to just block a Delver this turn. More value in blocking a Delver than it is attacking. Okay. Hey, you got the flip. Look at that. Got all your value. Oh, that's going to be annoying. I have to pay one more for my spells. I guess that's good to know. Alright, we'll block one of them. Man, I don't know how we're going to resolve a Loth through all this. That's going to be a real chore. We'll take this and see if we figure out something. I don't know what the plan's really going to be yet here. I didn't get that far along. Okay, let's try this. Let's actually wait. Let's attack first for 3. Alright, let's do this. Target that. Sack a Deuter. And if they counter, they counter. We'll just put this back into play after playing a land. I mean, it might be in their interest to counter it. I would consider even countering it. Yeah, just so we can't play another thing. Alright, that makes sense too. And then that only counters non-creature spells, right? Yeah. So, I mean, we're not going to get the Loth down easily at any point. First one's just going to get countered, unfortunately. We do have a creature in our graveyard, so we can gain a life, which matters. Alright, we take 6. I appreciate the effort, deck. I appreciate the effort. Well, let's get in there. I mean, it's not even worth it for them to block. If they can flip this, I mean, that's just 9 damage straight up. I mean, I'm gambling that they have Durari's Disruption, but, I mean, I was going to say, if they do, they do. Show what it feels like. You know, though, we could possibly find a Massacre here, which could bail us out. Unless, of course, they have another counter. Yeah. Well, that doesn't help. That's the worst thing. Nope, we could do 7. And then this is going to get countered. Yep. And not any creatures in the yard to gain anything from, because of the way the game progressed. So, like, yeah, GG's. We're just dead. That sucked. Okay, we will keep this. Kind of a hand that sort of plays itself here. Gas, Jadar, Sedgemoor Witch, and then we see what to do with the Massacre after that. Oh, those are Ebon Death Sleeves. I don't think I'd ever seen those. That's cool. Playing against the White Wizard. Which, you know, in some parts of the world, or even the country in the US, that could be a reference to a clan member. Just saying. It's probably not, though. At least I'm going to go with the fact that it's not. Alright, Monk of the Open Hand. I don't mind a Monk of the Open Hand. I think we're going to attack with these two. Jadar's just going to stay home. What do we go with? Hard time deciding here. I think I'm going to go with this because there's really nothing in the yard yet for this to take advantage of. And there's no doubt the opponent's going to play a bunch of spells, so we're not going to get to turn it into a 4/4 yet. This still has menace. Oh, they have one of their own. Look at this. Look at this. That was not expected. My, how the turntables. Okay. They're just letting all that through, huh? Okay, they must be about to play a couple of spells here. It's the only thing I can figure to make it worth it. Either that or they're going to massacre for 2. Nope, it's not a massacre for 2. And then what's your play here, opponent? Alright. That makes sense. Gives you blockers and you gain a life. Though now we can literally just massacre for 2. Oh, I don't have enough. I can massacre for 1. That's pretty sad. We could massacre for 1 and kill 1, 2, 3 things and deal 3. But that's not going to do it. We probably just have to attack with Sedgemoor Witch. They probably just double block here and here, though, I would imagine. We could also get crafty and just play the Meathook Massacre for 0. That might actually be the play here. Hold on. I'm going to try this. It may not be correct, but I'm going to give it a go. They double block there, and they would take 3. These would die. That would die. They would take... this is going to get blocked here. No real loss. Okay, sure. This I'd have to pay 3 life, but yeah, alright. I was like, this all seems fine. Okay. I mean, you have to double block the Sedgemoor Witch. That's... Oh, so they are willing to give up their Sedgemoor Witch here. Interesting. Nope, they changed their mind. Alright, so you're just gonna block the Skyclave Shade. Okay, well this still works, because then I don't have to kill the token. Like, that's even better. I think they're processing the Meathook Massacre now, of just like, oh, well, you can take some amount of damage, and then our creatures die. Yeah, they're trying to hold on to their Sedgemoor Witch, but it's not a situation where they really can. Alright. Alright. That's sort of where I thought this was going initially. And then all the triggers from the Meathook Massacre, so a lot of life gain and life loss about to happen. Alright, opponent's now at 1. They can go up to 3. And still put 2 more tokens down. Oh, well. Okay, I mean, I guess. I think it would have been better for them to just take the life gain there, right? Because now I just attack with all my stuff. They could go to 3, but then whatever dies is going to hurt them. And at least 1 gets through. It's like, yeah, I think that does it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I also had this too. All right, what are we doing here? I have that. All right, well, we'll try this. All the proper parts are here to make this viable. Another cool thing about the Awakener is that you can actually... Well, let's attack first. You can actually sacrifice the Shade to reset it if you need to, which is kind of cool. So I could play it now as a 3-1, and then sacrifice it, and then play it later as a 5-3. Not that we'll likely have that many opportunities to do so, but it's a thing that could happen. My opponent's just gonna take it. Sure. Bounce the other one? Sure. Sounds like a plan. In the turn. Well, we know what that means. It's just going to be a divide by 0. I wish one of these would have been a 1-mana thing, so when they go to divide by 0 one of those, I'd be able to sacrifice it. But... Alright, here comes divide by 0. No, they chose not to. Wonder if it's because they thought we would just replay it. Okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense too. I thought it might actually be a Prismari command, but it wasn't. I mean, we are attacking for 4 at a time here. And they can't activate their Faceless Haven. There's the Prismari command. I knew you had it in you, opponent. I believed in you, even when you didn't believe in yourself. Now the question is, if we think they actually have an answer to this, do we get them to spend their mana to deal with it? I say yes. Oh, they actually don't have the answer to it. Oh, that's something to know. So now, even if they battle a Frost and Fire, well, that doesn't do it. Yeah, you just die just the same. Okay, then. Alright, we get to go first. This seems reasonable to keep. No good reason to toss this. Alright, get our attack on. Play this. In the turn. And we have to deal with a Ranger class. Okay, fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. So here's the interesting thing. Do we play this and let them possibly fight it? Or do we wait? We do have a second one. Alright, we're going to attack. Wondering if I'm patient, I could Deadly Dispute during some point between now and their end step. Get the treasures. I'd be able to play a Sedgemoor Witch, use this to fight one of their creatures, and then at the very least, be able to produce another 1/1. However, they are going to block here. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, I guess in this case, we just go ahead and kill that. And then I'm just going to hope they don't have a thing. I mean, if they do fight it and they lose a life, I guess so be it. We'll try to play the other one. Isn't really how we want it to go, but, you know, Sometimes it's just got to be that way. Now, if they only play a troll here... Oh, they didn't even play a troll. They just had another ranger class. This could still be a fight spell. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Alright, so now we want to draw an untapped land here. Okay. Alright. We achieved the hard part. We'll go ahead and play this. And I think we will go ahead and get rid of this. Mostly because, like, I'm thinking even if they play, like, a chariot next turn, we really can't do anything about it. The only better thing would be if they had a troll, we would do this. But I feel like if they had a troll, they might have played it last turn. Unless they really just wanted to get our Sedgemoor Witch. Which, yeah, is possible. Very believable scenario. I think I'm gonna take... Exile a creature or planeswalker. Pest summoning's not bad in this fight. I don't know, I'm gonna go with this because I don't know what they have. And I'm just gonna gamble. Alright, they have a troll. Do you have another one? Okay, they didn't have another fight spell. That's good to know. Then... play Jadar. We'll attack. Alright. So now we can make a creature, sack a creature, draw 2 cards. This gets us 3 creatures next turn. Alright, and it wasn't a Wrenn and 7. I was a little concerned about that. Yep, we're going to take a lot of damage over a couple turns here, though. Oh, nope. Opponent opted not to do anything there. Alright, we're going to sack a this. See if we can find another removal card for that troll. Not a removal card, but probably the next best thing. So we're okay with that.
My children drench their hands, and I, the
So now if these die, we get to put 2 counters back on there. Still have these. That tramples, though. This can't block. So might as well attack with it anyway. Attack with this, they have to double block. And then we just kill the 2/2. Or they could split block and just block Jadar and a token and take 2/3. Would be less appealing. I guess it doesn't do us much good to attack with that, does it? I guess there's no loss. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Because if it dies, we at least get to put the counter on Law, you know? And depending on what we want to do, that could help Loth live here. Ooh, unnatural growth. That's hostile. But they're still not attacking. Very interesting. So at some point, it's worth it for us to just go for it here. I just don't know when that point is. If we spin 3, we still have 1, 2 open. These have menace. So 1, 2, 3. So they'd be able to block this. Take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Minimum. We're at 21. I'm trying to think how they could kill us. How does this go bad? I think I'm just going to draw a card. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Good call. Now we get to attack with lots many things. Yep, that dude's big. We don't even care. Yep.
My power
And
is for annihilation.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Alright, that should do it. I mean, because neither of those have trample. Yep. Oh boy. You know what? Let's keep it and just see what happens. I feel like even if we draw a land, this is going to still be bad, though. I'd like to be wrong, but I don't think I am. Well, that may be helpful at some point in the future. Okay, we just attack. And they could block, sack, go search for a land. I'm assuming this is just some kind of ramp deck at this point. Mono green still. Okay. Well, let's see what you got, opponent. Nope, there's the blue. We just had to wait on it. And the fight spell. Lucky for us, we get some damage out of that anyway. So that works. That's not bad either. I'm just wondering how much we want to push forward with this. If I use this to sack that, then I'd have this up to kill something. We already have 4 or 5 lands. Oh boy. What did I feel like we still... I kind of want to go looking for a land, though, here. So yeah, let's just do that. Let's sack this. I'll go search for a land. See if maybe we can increase the odds that we could play Loth. Because once they start bouncing things, it's going to be real convenient to be able to play Loth and have some blockers. Especially if the opponent's already low on life, but we'll see how this works out. We do also have creature lands, so that's a thing too. Alright, they found all their manas. Well, we also found mana. Oh boy, how do we want to go about this? I guess we just do this and play this Edgemore Witch, man. No attacks. I mean, here's where we could get Epiphanied. I guess technically we could have got Epiphanied last turn. But now I'm curious what else they've got left. Memory Deluge. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Let's try to come up with a real plan for next turn. Another Ranger class is annoying, but not the worst thing. Okay. No blocks. Ooh, that doesn't suck. Let's do that. Let's kill that. Okay. Now if you have the giant to bounce things, this is probably where you do it, right? Well, I guess they don't have it. All right. They're going to play off the top of their library for the time being. Okay, so if I attack with both of these, they get to block one of them. If I attack with all three of these, that's 3, 6, 7, 8. And opponent goes to 1. That's kind of nice too, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty spectacular. If I attack with this and everything, they could block here, take 6, 7, so they're at 2 instead of 1. We like that less. I could also just attack with everything and play a Lolth. I mean, it's not like I hate that option.
My aid. How desperate. We will slay our enemies. My will cannot be denied.
Alright, opponent's at 4, and we have a whole bunch of things with Menace. I mean, they could Epiphany here, get a couple extra blockers, but that still doesn't do enough. They would need that and something. Ah, there you go. That's 2 blockers. That's 3 blockers, actually. So now if they have that and a bounce spell, they're still in this. Right? 1, 2. Oh, no, they're not. They're still in trouble. Even if they... Well, no, because you have to pay life to bounce a Sedgemoor Witch. Or to kill it.
Do what I demand.
Well, that could possibly help too. Alright, so if we activate this, they would need 2 blockers for those and a blocker for that. Alright, so then what we do here is we'll sacrifice creature. We're going to choose the big 6/6. Get rid of this.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Activate this duder. And then we're going to attack with all that remains. Removing this memory deluge. Yep, that'll do it. Oh, opponent goes for... I guess we keep this. I mean, like I said, this is just experimentation. I don't know what a good or a bad keep is here with this. I'm pretty sure this looks bad. But, I mean, we could just well draw a 1 mana thing. We could draw more removal. And then it turns out to kind of be okay. So, let's see what's up. Oh, we kind of get a freebie turn here. Tempted to play Jadar, but if they get even their 2/2 or a wolf or anything, they'd just be able to kill the Jadar. So I don't know if we want to do that just yet. So I'm going to do this since it still equates to the same amount of attack damage next turn. And I don't have anything I need to be sacrificing creatures to right now. Alright, Old Growth Troll. Now things start to become a little bit interesting. I almost feel like I need to wait one more turn so I could play Jadar and like bait them and try to kill something with the Infernal Grasp in response. However, I think it's also very possible that they're just going to play a Chariot here and our hand doesn't do a whole lot. So I think I'm willing to just do this. Because if they take a turn off to fight this, they're not playing a Chariot. We'll take a hit, it'll suck, but whatever. That's going to be magically annoying. Alright, well, would you like to kill my Sedgemoor Witch? Opponent says no. Alright, I guess that's a win too. So that went different than I expected it was going to. Like, I actually thought we were going to be worse against the Izzet matchups, but we turned out to be pretty good against those. Because I was already thinking like, well, maybe we need to add Duresses in. But it turns out that wasn't the case. I think we're going to be a little tighter maybe against the Mono Green matchups, but those weren't terrible. So I don't really know. This is one I'm just going to have to put in y'all's hands, Brood. I don't know what to do with it. It's one of the few times I got done and I have no real I don't know, assessment really of how this deck plays. I'd probably have to play it for another couple of hours just to really get a feel for it and figure out what the good and bad matchups are. And oddly, today is the first time I think I've played in a long time that I don't even think we ran into a mono white deck, which is kind of rare. So I don't even know what that matchup's like. It's probably favorable for us, but till we see it, don't really know. So yeah, I would just play the deck as is. If you like it, give it a go, see what's up. For today's card spotlight, though, we're going to talk about Patron of the Vein. Also, by the way, how do you feel about the occasionally no lights behind me? I just turned the lights off today and decided I would try it. But Patron of the Vein is actually a pretty sweet card, and since it does cost 6, so it's kind of expensive, but when it comes into play, it gets to kill a card, and it's a 4/4, so that's awesome. But then after that, every time a creature an opponent controls dies, you exile it so they don't get any graveyard tricks, and you get to put a +1/+1 counter on Patron of the Vein. This card's pretty legit, and it's from Commander 2017, I think, so it's still fairly new, but it's already starting to become kind of pricey. I think the last I saw they were like 12-13 bucks, so I don't know, maybe try to get your hands on them while they're cheap, because it probably won't be reprinted anytime soon, I don't think. So yeah, kind of a sweet card though. If you didn't know about it and you play a lot of black, go give it a look. And don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links for our Facebook gaming streams, our Twitch streams, and as always, our Discord if you want to come by, ask questions, get deck help, all that other stuff. Please, also, if you haven't checked it out, remember to look down in the description as well to get the link to our new channel, PowrDragn Reviews and Reacts, where I'm just going to be a goofball on some things over there. So maybe go over there, have some fun, and find some information that'll benefit you. It'll be getting filled out with videos over the next week or two. And as always, if you haven't, please like, subscribe, share, notify, all that wonderful stuff. And don't forget, we do also have memberships here on the channel now, where if you're a member, you're going to get to vote in polls and submit deck lists or whatever to have your decks featured here on the channel and decide what we're going to be playing here on these videos as well. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.